Hi everyone, Jake here for FM Scout. Now for today's video, we're branching away from your typical Wonderkids and the must-sign players that a lot of you guys do already know about. Instead, we're going to be looking at a team of 11 hidden gem players. These are players that we think represent 1, very good value for money, 2, can have a big impact on the pitch, and 3, I would say unless you have the Football Manager database memorized, there's at least going to be a couple of players, even for the most experienced player, that you won't know about in this video. I think they're all great options. I had a lot of fun making it, so let us know if you enjoy it. But with that being said, we best get into the 11 players, so let's run the intro and get right into it. Hi everyone, Jake here, and as I mentioned, welcome to our video on hidden gem players. We're not going to do too much messing about. Before we get into it though, I'd just like to ask you guys if you could be absolute legends and hit the like button. It really does help. Comment down below your favourite hidden gem you found in FM22. The more comments we get, the better. We can just have a list of hidden gem players in the comments. Who's been your favourite this year? Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and feel free to check out my channel, linked in the description. But let's get right into player number 1. Okay, so of course we're going to start off in the goalkeeper position, and we have got the Swedish 22-year-old goalkeeper Tim Ronning, who plays for IF Wolfsburg out in the Swedish First Division. I wasn't aware of just how good this keeper was until I was making this video and I was collating the list with a few of the guys at FM Scout, so big thanks to them for helping me with this list. But I mean, he's a 6'7" goalkeeper with great aerial reach, a bunch of other great goalkeeping attributes that make him a very useful goalkeeper of very big stature as well, which is bound to help. And on top of that, add in some great jumping reach strength and a personality of model citizen. He will be a top draw player for your club, and even better, if we're looking at this valuation here, you could assume it would be about £1 million, which I think is a bargain for this kind of goalkeeper. Just to note, for this video, don't take too much note of the star ratings. We are Chelsea here. A lot of these players aren't going to walk into Chelsea's first team, so to compare them to your Edouard Mendy's, your Romelu Lukaku's, your Kai Havertz's, it's a bit of a harsh deal on these kind of players that obviously aren't going to be at that level, else they would not be hidden gems, but they're all still top talents, and I think Tim Ronning is a great way to start this team. Okay, so to start off our defence, we start with the Italian 21-year-old right back, Gabriele Zappa. This guy is so good all around. Physically, really nicely balanced and not lacking in any area. He's fairly tall too for a right back, that will do, 6 foot, no one's going to complain with that height. Mentally, very well balanced. I love it. And then technically, he's good going forward. He's good defending. He's got some nice long throws, long shots, heading even. I think he's a really good option at right back, and I'm surprised I haven't heard too much more about him. He does play for Cagliari at Serie A, and in this save, the highest value you'd pay for him is 6.6. I would assume you could get him for £3 or £4 million, and I think that's a bargain really for the player we're looking at here. A top draw right back, very good in all of his attributes, not lacking in any area, and a great base set to build up from in that right back spot or wing back spot, wherever you'd like to use him. Moving into the centre back role now, but before we look at this player, I'd like to let you guys know you can find my channel linked in the description. Just to let you know about it, it's a Football Manager channel. We have a Wolfsburg save going on over there, as well as some random Football Manager rebuilds. So if you like more Let's Play style stuff, feel free to check it out. We've had a lot of people come over and say they really enjoy it, so any support would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, Scott McKenna, the Scotsman playing for Nottingham Forest. He's 6'2", left-footed, and likes to bring the ball out of defence. Physically, very good all-round. Not the world's quickest, but not the world's slowest centre-back either. Mentally, he's very nicely built, not lacking in any area, and a good base set with some really nice aggression, determination, leadership. This guy could actually be captain material for your team. Add into that, he can tackle, he can mark, he can head. He's not the best passer of the ball, I'm not going to pretend like he is, but for around £2-3 million, Nottingham Forest, I mean, they should probably value him at a little higher than this. He looks like an absolute bargain, the 24-year-old. Let me know if you've ever used him. I think this guy's definitely got the ability to play in the Premier League in Football Manager, so if you want a centre-back that you haven't tried before, Scott McKenna could be your man. A fan favourite of Football Manager of old, Jerome Ongwen is kind of a forgotten player nowadays. He is still, though, a great option in Football Manager, even if it's not to the height that he used to be able to reach. But the internationally capped Cameroonian who plays for RB Salzburg out in Austria is, I mean, I've used him in a few saves actually. I really do like him. Physically, you've got zero problems with this guy. Tall, good with both feet, naturally fit, he can jump, he's got good acceleration and strength. That's perfectly fine by my standards. Mentally, very determined, really brave, has good aggression, positioning, work rate, teamwork, amongst many other very nice attributes. He can pass, he can defend, he can tackle, he can head. He's a centre-back that is not lacking in any area at all, and for anywhere under £5 million, he represents very good value for money. Salzburg is of course full of lots of Wonderkids that are going to attract your eye. Jerome Ongwen is now past that age, but he's still a top draw talent. Let me know if you've used him. Let me know if you remember using him. I think if you're looking for a centre-back, you can't do much wrong by signing this guy. If I was to tell you £5 million could land you an English left-back playing for Bayern Munich at a very nice level, you might think I was joking, but Omar Richards is a very nice option in this Bayern Munich side. Physically, he's super quick and naturally fit. He's not the world's strongest player, but as a left back who's going to try and attack more than defend, I suppose you can forgive that. He's got some nice player traits too, mentally very nicely built, not lacking in any area, with great teamwork and very nice work rate. He can pass, he can tackle, he's got great technique, he can mark. He's got good long throws, good first touch, good crossing and dribbling. I really do like this player. I'm looking to try and find the faults in him. Maybe it's his heading, but let's be real, if he can do everything else and get you assists on that left-hand side, is that really going to matter? A £5 million pickup here from Bayern Munich could be a great deal. He joined Bayern Munich on a free from Reading, where he was a consistent championship player. Clearly he's got ability. I think he's good enough to play in the Premier League in Football Manager if we're using that as a comparison to how good the player is, and I even think he could play for a top 6 team. Obviously the fact that Bayern Munich have bought him shows that he does have some quality, and I think that's clear to see in his attributes in FM. The Swedish league seems to be the place for great value for money pickups, and we've got another one here. We have the Swede Hampus Findell of Djurgårdens IF. I really do apologise if I butchered the pronunciation there, but I gave it a shot. This is a central midfielder who can play deeper, play further forward, can play in the wings if you want to, but if we look at him in his natural position, the 21-year-old looks like a very nice prospect. Physically, not setting the world alight, but not lacking in too many areas. Mentally, you could say the same, but I think that's a very nice balance of attributes there. But he definitely is a midfield creator with a player trait of dictating the tempo, great technique, great passing and great first touch, as well as some nice dribbling, crossing and corners. I think he's easily a very nice defensive playmaker or advanced playmaker. As you can see, they're the most natural positions for him, and I think you can see why with the attributes that he's got. £2 million for this guy is going to represent very good value for money in a couple of years. I'm sure once you get some form in the first team, that value is going to skyrocket. He's only so cheap because he is in the Swedish divisions. He's a great prospect, Hampus. I haven't really heard of him before this video, but he's someone that I think represents great value for money and great ability on the pitch. Now we head to Norway's first division and to the team Bodo Glimt, where you can find the 21-year-old Norwegian Elias Hagen. Much like the previous player we looked at, this guy can play further back and further forward, but in that centre of the park, he has got no issues at all. Again, another player who likes to dictate tempo. He's good with both feet, he's tall, maybe not physically the best, but we'll let it slide because his mentals are so nicely built up. Again, a very nice technical player with good passing, technique, and first touch. Another one that could definitely be a top draw creator in that midfield. So if you want that kind of player, we've given you 2 here. So hopefully there's a fair bit for you guys to choose from. Around £3 million to £4 million, I'd say, we'll pick you this guy up from Bodo Glimt. Get a scout on him, see what they think, and maybe he'll be a good acquisition for your guys' sides. Moving into our forward 3 behind the striker, and we have the Englishman out in Tenerife in Spain. They are in the 2nd division of Spain, and the player we're looking at is Samuel Shashua. Primarily a right footer on the left hand side, but he can play through the middle. Around £4 million is going to pick you up the 22-year-old Englishman who starts the game, at least in this save, with interest from Man U. So you're going to have to compete with some big teams there, but it does go to show that this player is of very good quality. Physically, he looks well set for the wings with good agility, balance and speed. Then add into that some decent mentals to build up from. Flair, determination, decision making and vision are going to help him on that left hand side. Add on to that great technique and passing, as well as first touch, and then some amazing dribbling. I think this guy is very much a good option for this kind of price. He originally came from Tottenham, then spent some years out in Spain where he's eventually settled down. £88,000 for Tenerife was a real pickup. Some great player traits as well. Samuel Shashua hadn't crossed my mind before as a player I'd like to buy, but he definitely will from now on because I think he's got everything he needs to be a very good option on that left hand side. Another good option in your guys' says playing through the middle could be Oni Valakkari. He also has plenty of interest from the big clubs, most of them Premier League clubs here. You're going to be able to get him for about £3 million, and looking at his attributes you can already see he is a very nice player. The Finnish international has 4 appearances and 1 goal, but the problem with him is he plays for Paphos out in Cyprus. Now, if you didn't have this league loaded, you might not be able to find him. I don't have the league loaded per se, but for the sake of this video, just to let you guys know, I have the database set to have every single player in. Not the leagues loaded, just the players from all the databases existing in the save. So for the people who are going to put in the comments, I can't see this player or this player chances are you haven't got them loaded in your database because it isn't big enough or you haven't selected the appropriate leagues. But of course, the larger the database you're able to have, the more players that are available to you and the more quality gems that you can find, and this player is no different. Oni's very good physically, he's very good mentally, and he's very good technically. There's not much more you can say about him. At 6'2", he's got some good player traits and represents a player that can definitely pick you up some goals from that midfield, adding to that some nice determination. The 21-year-old can definitely go far, and it's no surprise that all of these clubs are interested in him, so he might not be a hidden gem for too much longer. Okay, on to our final two players now. Don't forget to like the video if you are enjoying, but we go onto the right side of our pitch where we have Leonardo Fernandez, a Uruguayan who you can pick up for around £4 million if we're going between the two valuations we've been given here from Toluca. Toluca are a club in Mexico, and I really like the look of this guy, as I do with everyone in this list, else they wouldn't be here. He's a left footer on the right hand side, so he will be cutting in for you. He's quick, he's agile, not strong, not got much stamina or natural fitness or jumping reach, but you'll forgive him when you see some of his technicals. Mentally, fairly nicely balanced, not setting the world alight, but he's got some good ones and some bad ones, pretty much like his physicals. But for the role we're looking for him to play, if we highlight it, let's say we wanted him as an inside forward, which I think inside forward or inverted winger is going to be the way to go. I actually think inverted winger is the better one because we're going to be looking to use that great crossing of his. You can see he's pretty much got what he needs to play this position. Technique, passing, long shots, long throws, corners, free kicks, dribbling, and some very nice crossing means he's going to be a set piece expert for you. The more I look at him, the more I want to sign him in every save I do. His technicals are so good. I absolutely love them. I think he's going to be a real key player, a real dead ball specialist, and he could do a great job on that right hand side. Yeah, he might not be strong, but he can do absolutely everything else for you. Leonardo Fernandez, if you haven't tried him before, just buy him. I think he looks like a great option. The more I look at him, the more I think he might be my favourite player in this list. And in kind of an underwhelming manner, we finish the team with probably the least player out of everyone on this list. It's Kyusei Tagawa, a Japanese international playing for Santa Clara in the Portuguese divisions. However, he does have a move to join another club in the 2023 season, so that's a long way away. So he's going to be someone that if you do sign him, it will be because you've scouted him for a long time and then he's available. But he's 22 here. By the time you're able to get him, he might be 24, 25, at which point I still think he could be a decent option. He's not going to play for Chelsea, he's not going to play for any clubs at that kind of level, but if you're looking for a player that will help you in the divisions that aren't the top divisions, he could be someone that's worth a look at. His price is good, let's say about 400,000, physicals not so much, mentals are fairly nice for that kind of quality of player, and then technically he's got some good ones, passing, technique, finishing, that kind of thing. He will do a decent job as a striker. I'm not completely set on him, but we did need a striker for the video, and I think he represents a decent option. It's just a bit annoying now that he will be joining this new club in 2023. Maybe you can loan him in between then, I don't know, but he might just be worth scouting and seeing if when he's available, you can try and pick him up. So that is Kyusei Tagawa, and he finishes off our team of hidden gems. I think we can agree that most of them were a lot better than this guy, but this guy's still a half decent option, but everyone else were top draw players. Let me know what you think of them in the comments down below. Like the video if you did enjoy, subscribe for more, and feel free to check out my content in the description on my channel. A subscribe over there is greatly appreciated. Let us know what you think of this kind of video, different to the normal Wonderkid ones, so any support, any feedback is always great. I hope you all have a great day guys, and I'll see you next time. Thank you, and goodbye.